We got to work together. Whatever your creativity is. It has nothing to do with being an artist on a canvas, an author, a songwriter. We all have creative energy. And it's going to require that creative energy to get us out of this COVID-19 mess. It's come back, the Delta. And people are shutting down again and again and again. But it's going to take the creative mind to reach beyond this to the next generations. We can't stop because everything else is stopping. Unplugged because we all say yes to creativity. Totally uncut because, you know what, we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh man, you may need a cup of coffee today. Glass of water, a Red Bull, something. If you don't mind, I'm going to have coffee. Oh man. We're going to talk about some heavy stuff today. Because we're all dealing with the existence of something that we can't see, but for some reason it remains in the headlines. I was in a conversation last night with a performer, a musician, singer-songwriter, who openly admitted to me that he became a very heavily addicted writer during the pandemic of 2020. And he went on to say that as we've gone back into this Delta virus, that his band is having to pull themselves off the tour again. Here we go again. And to be with another creative mind during that moment of choice, you know, you sit there and you go, why is it out of control? What is leading to this? The human likes to have a path. We like to have Google Calendar tell us what we're going to do. And when we have to cancel the pages, what do we do? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. It's what's moving through me in the presence of now, learning to have mindfulness in what is in your awareness, learning to hear what is now and just writing about it. There is just something to be said about that and to experience it and to share it and to build upon it. That's all I'm doing. It's stream thinking. It's free form writing. You don't even have to write. Just allow yourself to be present right now. It's the only thing you have control over. This is The Daily Mess. So much. I want to change that to too much. Life as we know it is not evolving. No. Life as we know it is being erased. My first wife used to live the life of, if I don't see it now, it never existed. That totally drove me crazy. If I don't see it now, it never existed. But, no. If I don't see it now, it never existed. I didn't realize that the rest of the world also felt that very way. I learned the hard way that marriage doesn't always come with a true story of the upbringing. I mean, seriously, even with my second marriage, my wife doesn't have a full picture of my experiences as a child growing up in South Billings, Montana. The layouts that we wander through are messy pools of used up ticks on a clock, and no matter how hard we try to write the next page of the story, unless you have lived in my shoes, the inner core of experience isn't evolving. It's being erased. I mean, seriously, look around you. How much of what you once knew has been replaced? But what's being put in its place? Is it good? Is it stable? Is it just anything? Look at the headlines. Cities across the nation taking this out, replacing this, deciding in the moment in groups of outrage and or protest. Little things are disappearing, and you are no different with the way that you keep your memories. We only keep the good times. Look at your smartphone. How many of those pictures in there show you with a really kind of a weird smirk on your face? Ugly eye syndrome. You don't. You get rid of them. So much, too much. Life as we know it isn't evolving. And I must admit to you, during these days of COVID, which have returned in huge numbers, we didn't expect to be here again with this Delta variant. That the hospitals are overflowing. at numbers that we saw last winter. We thought we were going to be free again. And then if you talk to people, they'll say, I'm not changing. I'm not wearing the mask. No. If they're asking for a booster shot, yeah, I'm not taking it. So much, too much. Life as we know it isn't evolving. Why? Why aren't we stepping forward? Are we so afraid? Or is the truth in what remains? This is where I have security and comfort. Everything else can go badass crazy, but right here, it's okay with my hot cup of coffee. I'm going to have another sip if you don't mind. Stuff's got cinnamon in it, man. I'm grateful for the person that decided to put cinnamon in this coffee. I'm evolving. With evolving means change. The expectation is never the same. But you got to grow forward. And you've got to grow outward. You've got to expect change. To live with change. There's going to be change because of this $1.34 trillion infrastructure bill that passed through Congress. There's going to be change because that's exactly what they said is going to happen. We're going to have better highways. We're going to have a better educational system. That's what they said. But will they really bring change? Or will those trillions of dollars end up in somebody else's pocket? Therefore, that would mean nothing's changed. So much, too much. Life as we know it is not evolving. This time next year, 2022, will we still be saying, well, hold on, we're going to get by COVID this year. This is the year that we tackle it. Is that where we're going to be? Will there be an NFL season this year? Or will COVID shut down the game? Shut down the movie sets? We're not evolving because we're stuck here in what we already know. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.